Hello. Welcome, everybody. It is Leah Ray with Digital Trailblazer. Super excited to be with you tonight. I'm Jill streaming on YouTube. If you're wondering what my eye line is doing, because it's a little weird, that's okay. So, howdy doody. Hope everyone's having a blessed Monday. Sorry, I'm going to rearrange just a little bit. Run a little short. Okay, perfect. Hi. All right. It's not perfect, but we're going to pretend it is. The content's going to be good, so it doesn't matter what I look like or the weird angles that start showing up. But the content's gonna be fabulous. So, hey, Sean, welcome everybody. I'm gonna walk you through how to create your own custom plan for launching. Okay. So, really gonna lay out all of the core components that you need to have a successful launch of your course or coaching program, and then give you options so that you can create your custom plan. So, if you do not have a pen and paper handy, you absolutely want to grab a pen and paper now, immediately, because you're going to want to write a lot of this down and translate this to your business and what you're doing. Okay. So I'm going to try to get, mute site. There you go. All right. So I'm going to try to get my comments up here. And I do have some goodies for y'all, although it's not showing up the right way. If you look at the info on this post, you should see it. I've got info, type in info if you want to see how we can help you do all of these things, and type in video if you want an amazing video training to teach you how to put all these pieces together. So if you're like, this sounds really good and I want to do all this, but I think I might need help, like this is the training that you want to go through. So it's really, really good. Type in video and I will get that video over to you afterwards. And it is in the comments, the description on YouTube. So as you jump on, say hi, let me know who's with me and where you're from. That's always fun. I always love that part. Okay. So I've got 3 steps to your launch plan. Okay. 3 steps that you need to figure out for your exactly what you're going to be doing. Okay. We're going to start. Sorry, I hate looking at myself from bad angles. It's weird. Okay. So we're going to start with number 1. And number 1's not super excited, but it's exciting, but it is critical to actually being successful. So we got to get through number 1 and then we get to the more exciting things of 2 and 3. Okay, which is probably more of what you're excited to hear about. So step number 1, though, is your messaging. It's always the first step because everything else is built off of your messaging. What is the messaging of your offer? Who is it specifically for? Number 1. What's the specific result that you're going to help people achieve? This is huge and a big problem for a lot of folks. It can't be just informational or just helping people in general. There needs to be a specific result you're helping people achieve. So if is that launching their business? Is that creating purpose and a plan for their life now that they're maybe empty nesters and divorced? And now their entire life looks different and they're losing hope. They don't know what to do. Then you can help them to create a plan, create hope, and transform their lives. What is that transformation that people will get from your program? Because people will go to YouTube, they'll go to Google to get information. You can't sell that these days, or it's much more difficult. Okay. People definitely won't spend high ticket money, but it's just a lot different space. Instead, people will pay. Hey, Christy. Hey, Sean. People will pay for transformations. Example, I was just talking to a really nice couple who are used to the offline fitness space. I was talking to him this weekend. And the reality is, if you are a fitness trainer and you're used to training in gyms, you are used to trading your time for money. And maybe it's $50 an hour, maybe it's $100 an hour, but you train someone one-on-one and you're doing it for X amount of dollars. And so that's the mindset that you're going in. Well, online, that's not what people are buying. Okay. That's not how the online space would work. Online, you would have a program. It would be like your 6-week booty buster boot camp, which by the end of 6 weeks, a female in her 20s and 30s will finally have a booty who's never had one before. Right? I don't know. A result. There needs to be a specific, tangible result in order for people to be willing to pay for it. And if you don't think people are spending money for these things, they absolutely are. But you may need to evaluate some of your misconceptions or preconceptions, subconscious thoughts around money if this sounds challenging. If you're challenged by the thought that people spend money on this stuff, because I will tell you, I bought a program, geez Louise, a while back this summer, I think it was. I bought a program to help me lose some weight. And I know, like, knowledge wise, I'm crazy up there when it comes to knowledge on fitness, on weight training, on just like your blood sugars and glucose and insulin. I mean, I was a nurse, right? Plus, I've studied it way past that. Um, and all of these different things about nutrition, I've got really good knowledge. But guess what? I still struggle with my weight. I just do. It's the reality. Hey, Corey, welcome. And so I bought a program because I ran into a chiropractor and she's like, I can help you lose 30 pounds in 3 months. What'd you say? 30 pounds? Like the same 30 pounds that I've been trying to lose for 20 years in 3 months? Nah, really? Right? I looked at her testimonials. I looked at the results she was getting people. I looked at her methodology and I was like, screw this. I'm paying her $2,200. Why? Because the value was worth it. And it worked and I lost a bunch of weight and I would have easily paid more money for that program. So people are spending money, but you need to have a really good result that they find valuable enough. To me, losing those 30 pounds was enough value to spend that kind of money. So you definitely need to be result oriented. On top of that, you need an angle. You need a way to stand out and look different than the competition. You absolutely need that. If you want to, if you're like, what does that mean? How do you do that? I challenge you, type in video in the comments here for tonight's training giveaway that I'm going to do. Type in video and you will see how we do this in our training, how we position ourselves different from everybody else out there. Be a really good example. But you need to position yourself differently. If you fail to do that, you're not going to catch people's attention. It's just another one of those things. Yes, I will send that out, Christy. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, there is a theme or a common thing that's being proposed or taught by some very big leaders in this space, which is have a massive guarantee. Something that just blows people out of the water. That's like, holy cow, if you don't get XYZ in this amount of time, you get a refund or you get paid or you won't pay until blah, blah, blah. So some really outlandish refund guarantee kind of thing, right? And it's being taught by one of the biggest names in this industry to do this. Now, not that you're going to change your program or do different things to actually get them that result. And then in the fine print of the contract, you write a whole bunch of stipulations that they're never going to meet. And so you're just getting the sale without a heart of service, without integrity, by offering a guarantee you don't ever plan to actually live up to. I highly suggest that you don't do this, even though really big names are telling you to do it. Can you make a lot of money doing this? Yes. But it's not all about money. The reality is you need to sleep good at night. You also need to build a business that builds raving fans year after year after year. And the reality is there are people in this group, there are people watching this live who have followed Todd and I for a minimum of 5 years, if not 7. And they are raving fans. Why are they raving fans? Because we put our money where our mouth is. We don't sell you something just to make a buck for us. I don't sell you something that's outside of integrity, that is trying to trick you into some false guarantee that I will never actually do for you. Because I look out for you. Because I actually want you to get amazing results and I want to do it in all integrity, right? I got to stand at those pearly gates someday and I got to be there and be like, yeah, I did good with the talents given to me. I didn't try to screw people because I'm a good marketer and try to get what I wanted out of them. And I pray that you also take a similar route and that you don't go for the easy win of some guarantee that you're not going to live up to. Okay. Instead of doing that, really look for a way to position your program, position your offer just to be different, to stand out from what other people are doing. Okay. Does that make sense? That was like totally soapbox-ish, but hopefully it was meaningful for you, and you may have seen some of this stuff being taught. Okay, so yes, type in video to get access to that video training. It's really, really good. And if anything, at any time tonight, you think you need some help with this stuff, just type in info. We'll chat, see what's going on, see if we can help you with this. Okay, so that was the boring, right? That was the standard, normal number one that nobody wanted to hear about, but still has to get dealt with in order to have success. Number two, number two. Oh, boom, we just had a book call. Okay. Number two, all right, is for a successful launch, you need a strategy for lead generation and for nurturing your leads. Lead gen and nurturing your leads. And let's talk through this because there's a lot of choices here and you need to choose the right one for you and your business. So please tell me, hey, Tiffany, please tell me that you have a pen and paper and you're writing this down and you wrote down number one, your messaging, your who, your result, and what makes you different. Okay. Please tell me you did that. I'd love to see it in the chat. Let me know. And then number two, the lead gen and nurturing. Lead gen and nurturing strategy. Okay. What are your choices? Well, no matter what you do for lead generation, you need traffic. What do I mean? People online. So that would be like having McDonald's in the middle of Death Valley where there's no people. That would be no traffic. If you have a McDonald's at the corner of Times Square in New York City, that McDonald's has a ton of traffic. Who do you think is going to make more money? The one that has traffic. You're getting eyes on your stuff. That's traffic. And so in order to do this in the online space, what does your traffic look like? There's typically 3 categories for traffic. So write this down, 3 categories, okay? Number 1 is active prospecting. Now, a lot of people will pitch this as not prospecting, but they'll pitch this as organic, okay? Not really. It's not organic, but it's not paid. You pay in time, you don't pay in money. It's active prospecting. That means you're finding people in Facebook groups, you're messaging them, you're connecting, and then you're trying to pitch them to a sales call from there. And I'm about to publish a reel and a TikTok and everything that shows how frustrating it is because there's people that sell $10,000 programs that teach this one thing. They don't teach how to get on a list, build your email list. They don't teach marketing messages, offers, and like how to sell, like any like core components. It's just messaging and prospecting. So please don't buy those programs because that's not a good use of your time or money. However, prospecting is a valid way to get in front of people. I don't like it. And so you will hear me say that all the time if you pay attention. Why? Because I've seen it so many times. People spend many, many hours a day doing it to get very little results. And so like we recently brought in a client because she was doing 12 hours a day prospecting to make $3,000 a month. No thanks. And like, I can't sell that to somebody as a good opportunity or a good business model. Like that's just icky. And personally, I don't like doing it. I will talk to prospects. I will talk to leads in Messenger if they're leads first. I do not want to talk to people who are not leads, who I have to go out there and hunt after. I don't enjoy that. And so I don't like teaching that as an option. I've done it in the past. I've gotten results, but it's not a way I want to build my business or teach for our coaching program for the most part, because it's just not fun. It's very hard for folks to do well and to get good results with, but it is a valid way to get some traffic. Another way to get traffic is content marketing. Now, content marketing is where you put content out on the internet and then you get people to see it. Sorry, I got eaten up by bugs yesterday, apparently, when I was playing with the kids outside. So content marketing, you're putting content out there and people are finding it, and then you're generating leads from it. So this could be blogging, this could be podcasting, this could be Instagram, YouTube. The platforms that I would focus on these days, though, are short form video. Okay. Not long form video, not just like blogging and that sort of thing. That stuff takes forever to build a real audience and get significant traffic from. The fastest opportunity right now to get more traffic is from short form content. It can still be a long time. I've heard it said that a lot of those platforms, it takes about 90 days for the algorithm to really kick in and start showing your stuff around. And that's if you are good. right? So there's quite a you got to do a lot of work up front before you get results. So if you want to launch within the next 90 days, this isn't a really good strategy. What I would much rather have you do is choose something like paid traffic, which I'm going to get into in a second, and get going with paid traffic and then start working on content marketing, then get into short form video. Okay. So that's option number 3 for traffic is paid traffic. Don't let anyone tell you that you have to make at least $10,000 a month before you touch paid traffic, because that is hooey. That is not true. It is not a requirement to be successful with paid ads. However, you 100% need really good systems that are dialed in and designed to sell your offer. Otherwise, you will lose a lot of money. Okay. I do not recommend Facebook ads, and you say Facebook, but it's Instagram too. It's the same thing. I do not recommend these for people to try on their own. I do not recommend people to hire agencies to do this. I have heard more horror stories than I can count for both of those things. Instead, work with coaches like us to actually learn how to do it and get feedback and help at every step to get really, really good results. We have yet to see an agency that can do for our clients what we can do with them. That's powerful. So paid traffic is a really good thing. And we've got clients who'll do as low as $5 a day and are making sales. They're not rolling in the dough, but they're making sales. We'll have clients, if you can do $10 a day, that's much better. If you can do, $10 to $30 a day, that's awesome to get started. And then you don't do a bunch more than that until you're actually getting stuff going. Okay. So yes, having a bit of a budget is great to get this started. And remember, this is a business. This isn't a job. You put money into it. Time and money goes into a business, and you have massively larger potential than a job on the once you're up and running. But please go in with your eyes wide open. Businesses are investments. Investments of time, investments of energy, investments of money. All of those things are needed to be successful. And so if you're not ready to invest all 3 of those things, maybe pause, get your stuff together first, fix those situations, and then start actively working towards it. Okay. Again, if you want the video training, type in video. You don't want to miss it. It's really, really good. Okay. So that's part of step number 2, lead generation and nurturing. Now, part of lead generation is generating the leads. That means having a freebie that you're giving away in exchange for someone's contact information. So a lead magnet. I was just talking to some of our coaching clients about they're putting together their lead magnets. So we're coaching them through that process. But this could be anything from a PDF download to an MP3, like an audio, like a meditative thing that they download, or a quiz, or a video, or a challenge. All of those things are lead magnets. They're a reason for people to sign up. They want to get something. They want to get something of value. And so they sign up for these things. So absolutely choose one of those things that you can create. Go to Canva. The easiest for most people is a PDF. You create a really juicy PDF and you go to Canva, make it look pretty, and create a PDF from there. Okay. The biggest thing about being successful with this, there's 2 big things. One, it needs to have really good copy or copywriting. It needs to be juicy. It needs to be sexy. It needs to be something that people truly like, hey, I want that. Yeah, I'll give you my email for that. Email and phone number. Absolutely. I want that really bad. Right? That's a kind of response you want to create in somebody. And that comes from really good copy. You also need to set it up in a landing page. This is a page that people go to. They put in their information and they're automatically given the lead magnet in their email, and they're added to your email list. If you don't know how to do any of that stuff, I can so help you with that. We have a brand new system where all of it's set up for you. It's so cool. But yes, you need to have that system set up. You need to have a lead magnet. If you are not ready for systems, you are not ready to launch. Get help, get a coach. It's just critical. Okay. Type in type in video for the training to learn how to put the pieces together. But that's really, really important. You need good systems to do this. Okay. We've had many, 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 many clients who are launching to 7,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 30,000, 100,000, like really amazing results. But you better believe they took the time to get the systems dialed in. 100%. Okay. So you need your systems dialed in. Now, on top of having a traffic source, on top of having something of value you're giving away for free, your lead magnet, in order to really do lead generation and nurturing, you need a nurture strategy, something that after that lead is generated, what's going to happen to them? How are they going to know you? Because I'll tell you, we drive a lot of traffic and like we offer free lead magnets all the time. And most people click the button to download it. They see it go to their email and they never open it. They never do anything with it. And they've totally forgotten about you within 12 hours. That's the reality. So if you are designing this beautiful masterpiece of a lead magnet that's going to sell your program for you, sorry, that's probably a big waste of time. Because the reality is most people never even open it, sadly enough. Okay, so you need to get all of this flushed out. So a nurture strategy. What are your options? Take notes, nurture strategy, and then write these things down and circle the one you want to do. Okay, one is a Facebook group. Hey, what am I doing right now in my Facebook group? Guess what? I'm nurturing you. I'm giving you all types of free content to help you build your business. So maybe you're not ready to hire a coach right now, but where do you think you're going when you are ready? After you've been thoroughly nurtured, when the time is right, who are you going to reach out to? Somebody that you just saw a random Facebook ad for, or the person who's already taught you good, valuable things? The person you actually feel like you know them. You've seen them enough on live video. They're like, I get her. Like, she kind of knows her stuff. And I kind of get her personality. Like, she's real. She's not some false, fakey McFakester. So having a Facebook group to nurture your folks is a really good, really, really good. So I highly suggest that. Other options, though, email, SMS, follow-up series that go out to these people after they've opted in. Having a challenge. So oftentimes people will use a challenge. They have a 5-day or a 3-day challenge. And this serves both the purpose of the lead magnet and nurturing, because they opt in and they get on the list, but you're also nurturing them in the challenge. So they love you by the end of the challenge. They've seen your face a bunch of times. They truly know, like, and trust you. They're nurtured. Another way, we've got a client who kills it with summits. Again, nurturing, loving on people, giving good value with summits. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. Okay, which is the most appealing nurture strategy for you? Okay, put it in the notes or the comments. Let me know which one you're choosing. But that, all of those pieces pull together into lead generation and nurturing. You have to do both of them to successfully launch your program. 100%. Now, how many leads? How much lead generation needs to occur to make sales? Write this number down. Okay. This is a general rule. Okay. If you're looking at leads to sales, how many leads you need to generate to make some sales? If your systems are dialed in, the systems for nurturing, the systems for selling, if those things are really dialed in and you have a really good marketing message, typically you're looking at having 100 leads, 100 leads to make 1 or 2 sales. 100 leads to make 1 or 2 sales. Okay. That's a big reason why I don't like prospecting. It's just the sheer number and how hard you have to work and the amount of hours to get 100 leads to make 1 or 2 sales. It's way easier with paid traffic. It is. So, hey, Will, good to see you on. So definitely need some good strategies for lead generation and nurturing. Now, on top of this, you've got the messaging down, you've got the systems for lead gen and for nurturing. The third piece, you need a conversion event. This is the event, the thing that actually sells them, that gets them to make a purchase. Here's your options. Are you taking notes? Write this down. Okay. Your options. You could do a 3 or 5 day challenge. 3 or 5 days. The final day of this challenge is all selling. It is a sales webinar. If you don't do the final day as a sales webinar, you are missing out on a bunch of sales. It's how you convert well off of a webinar or off of a challenge. Okay. So a 3 or a 5 day challenge, which goes to same thing, like a live webinar. You don't need a challenge up front. But a live webinar is a great conversion event. We've sold a lot of money, we made a lot of money, sold a lot of things off of live webinars. You invite those nurtured leads to attend a live webinar, and you sell on the webinar. You give training, you teach some things, and you take them through this emotional journey that gets them ready to purchase, and then you present the offer and provide incentives for taking action. That's the meat and potatoes, if you will, of what a webinar would be. Okay. So you absolutely, great strategy. Another conversion event, some people use Messenger and SMS to sell. This is a bit harder. However, it can be done, and it's easier done with a low ticket offer. The higher ticket you are, the more challenging this is going to be. Unless, like, I've seen people who've closed in SMS after a challenge. So they got super warmed up, they got super sold already, and now you're just following up to collect the money basically in Messenger. That's kind of a good way for some folks to go. Okay. Another 4, I think it's number 4 for a conversion event, a sales call. Sales call, if you have an offer that is $2,000 or above, this should be your answer. A sales call. You get on the phone with people, figure out their problems, see if you have a solution, offer them the solution, close the sale. I do this every day. Every day. It works amazing. Yes, you have to learn how to be a good closer. You have to learn sales, but it's worth it. And if you are the coach, the expert yourself, and you're closing for your own program, that helps a lot. You don't have to be the most amazing salesperson to do that because you're super passionate and super knowledgeable. Okay. So sales call is a great conversion event. Another great conversion event is a VSL, or video sales letter. This isn't something that I would typically recommend for a launch, like the first time you're selling something, but it is something that works great later. Okay. After you've done enough sales calls where you know the pains that people are having and the struggles, or you've done live webinars and you understand the kind of the hooks and things that are working to sell, then, you can put together a really good VSL. Okay. This is a video sales letter, something that they watch, and we'll sell them and get them to pull the trigger. Okay. Now, again, it should be something under $2,000 to do this well. Okay. Have people done it higher? Yes, but those are more unicorns, and you wouldn't want to set yourself up to do something that's not easily done. Okay. That's it. Like, okay, please tell me you wrote all these steps down and you circled which ones you like best. Because again, messaging. That's the who you help, the result you help them achieve, and the way you stand out from your competition. Okay. In example, type in video, you see ours, how we do it. Number 2, you need a way for lead generation and nurturing. So you need traffic, whether that's paid traffic, content marketing, or prospecting. You need a freebie to give away. That could be a PDF, audio, MP3, a quiz, a video, a challenge, something you're giving away. On top of that, you have to nurture. So you can nurture and love on them in your Facebook group through email follow-up. Remember, on a good email list, typically 1 out of 5 people open an email. So please don't only rely on email for this, but email is an option. SMS, text messaging, if you run a challenge, 3 or 5 day challenge, and do a summit. All of those things are great ways to nurture your audience. Okay. On top of that, step number 3, conversion event. Okay. The thing that actually gets a nurtured person to pull out their credit card and purchase, that actually sells them. Sorry, I totally have like hair in my eyelashes, or my eyelashes are bent or something. Okay, so what are your options for a conversion event? Conversion event would be like a 3 or a 5 day challenge. Okay, it would be a live webinar. It would be a sales call. It would be a messenger or SMS conversation. It'd be a VSL, video sales letter. Those are your options. So now you can pick and match. I don't know. You can pull out the different pieces that resonate with you and your offer and your audience. And from here, you should now have the framework of a plan, right? How you're actually going to launch your program. What questions do you have? Because that was a whole bunch of blah, blah, blah at you. So I would assume there's some questions. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. I have to refresh Facebook because it's not working. Hey, Stacy, good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yes, type in video to get our video training to show us how to pull it all together. Okay. It's a really, really good training. On top of that, if you're like, dang, this is so good, but I need a whole lot of help with this, no problem. That's my specialty. That's what we do at Digital Trailblazer. So type in info in the comments. We'll just chat, see what's going on. It ain't a sales call. It's a discovery call. It's a hi, how's it going? Can we send you some freebies? Do you want to check out our program? Like, what's the situation? Okay. So we'll do that. Okay. So type in info in the comments so we can set that up. Okay. Elysia. It might be a silly question, but what is a summit? That's not a silly question. That's a great question. So a summit, well, you're on our email list. Did you open our email list today? Our email? I sent out an email. At the PS of the email, the very bottom of the email was an invitation for what's the summit called right now? It's called the Entrepreneurial Purpose and Prosperity Masterclass Interview Series. Okay, that's a mouthful. But I am in a summit right now. Now, I'm not running it. There are a lot of work, and I don't have time for that. I've got sales call. Like, our calendars already are full for sales calls, so it's not like I'm looking for new traffic. However, I get asked to speak on these all the time because we have a large list. We've got great content. So we get asked by other people to be a speaker for their summit. So typically, you'll have one person that is hosting and organizing everything. Okay. That person invites 12 to 25 people or so to be speakers, and they're going to drop interviews every day for a week or something, where you're doing interviews or video trainings or something from each of the different speakers. And each speaker has to promote to their list. So you're essentially borrowing their traffic. So I'm doing Katie's her summit. And there's some really, really good nuggets that get dropped in summits. So if you have time, I would always register for them, peek in, get what kind of tidbits you can get, because I've made a lot of money off of just tidbits that I've picked up from summits. Okay. So don't poo-poo them. They're great. But like for Katie, she does this because now I agreed to be a speaker because it gets me exposure, right? I get to be in front of, there's 25 speakers. So 24 other people's lists will see my face, will see my name. So heck yeah. And you get to usually offer a freebie, like a lead magnet. So I can potentially be building my list through this, and all I have to do is speak. And then I invite my list to Katie's summit. So Katie's doing this to build her list, right? So she's organizing all of this so that she can get a warm, nurtured list that she can sell to. Okay. Now, in the process, she's going to give away a ton of great insights and information. It's not that you would not, it sounds weird to say that she's doing this so she can sell, but this is marketing, right? The purpose of a summit is to list build. So that's what this is about, is list building. And so, yeah, she's going to, I'm sure, promote to her list, but there's really, really good stuff that usually gets dropped, some gold nuggets in there, in the process during those summits for you. Yeah, it's super good. BizTech info video. Do you not message? Messenger's so much easier, honey. I just like, I have other people that do my email, so that's a little harder. Okay. All right. So every Monday night, the same exact time on YouTube, in our Facebook group, we'll be going live, giving great training to help you out. Okay. Comment video to get the training I'm giving away tonight. And type in info to chat, see what's going on, see how we can help you out. All right. Have a blessed Monday evening. I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to wrap this up now. Okay. Have a blessed one. Share. Just give a whole bunch of reactions and comments, guys. So everyone else in this group who needs this information will actually see it. It'll show up in their timeline. Okay. Have a blessed night. I'll see you next Monday, same time, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific time. Okay. Bye. Oh, thank you so much.